Hello and welcome to another On Deck Baseball gameplay video. Today we're jumping back into 1961 and continuing our On Deck Baseball community project, and that is Project 61, as we play through the entire 1961 schedule for these Bronx Bombers, who are visiting Boston today for game number 39 on the schedule. I am playing this game a little bit in advance, so I don't have the exact record, but I will put the exact record somewhere around here, as well as home run tallies for Mantle and Maris, as they are chasing the home run record to see if we could duplicate those results. Maris has started off a little bit slower than you'd like in this project, but we'll see if he can catch up. But for today's game and matchup, we have Whitey Ford, who had a great game on the table last time when they were playing against Minnesota, I believe, and Ike Delock on the table. Now, in real life, the Boston team won this game 2-1. Delock actually got a complete game in that. He's going to need some luck to get through this lineup to be able to replicate those results. But we'll see what would happen as we start rolling this one. This game uses the 1961 season set, which is now available for limited release. So if you can click on that link down below, you can get more info. That info is available to you. If you could also hit that thumbs up, leave a comment if you have any questions or anything. All that helps these videos get more reach. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this game as the Bronx Bombers visit Boston for game 39 of the On Deck Baseball Community Project. We'll go ahead and switch up these pitchers, put Ford over by the Boston pile and Ike Delock over by New York. I am using paper score sheets here. As usual, I do write my pitchers' ratings on the top. I do enjoy the Game Changer app, but I will say that it is a little bit easier to track all the different fatigue issues and possible increases using a paper score sheet. So with that said, we got Ike Delock on the mound. Tony Quebec will be leading off, and we are all set for first pitch, game 39 on the On Deck Baseball Community Project 61. So Ike Delock, we're going to go ahead and switch him over, get his back up on the table, and Tony Quebec will be the leadoff hitter for New York. Quebec is a left-handed batter, so it's going to be a +1 on the roll. I will be reading that blue die first as we move forward, and right off the bat we have a batter's card. An 8-10 is a great roll, and we have a runner at second base to start the game off here for New York, as they took obviously some swings in batting practice and connected right off the bat here. We're going to have Clete Boyer, the next batter. He is a right-handed batter against the righty. It's going to be a +1, and that's going to be another batter's card for Boyer. A 5-4 is going to be a ground out, though. We'll see if that advances a runner, as that ground ball will go to third, and it won't advance Quebec. So Quebec is going to stay at stay at second, and that's going to bring up Roger Maris. We're going to put his home run total right here, so you can see how many home runs he has, since I don't have the updated stats yet. As I mentioned earlier, he did start off kind of slowly, so we'll see if he can pick that up a little bit. He is a left-handed batter. It's going to be +1 on the roll. And that's going to be a batter's card for Maris. And we got an 8-8. And that is going to be a double for Maris. So Maris doesn't put one over the wall, but he does get an extra base hit. And that does score Tony Quebec for the first run of the game. And the Bronx Bombers are up 1-0 here with only one out in the first. And that's going to bring up the Commerce Comet, Mickey Mantle. Mantle definitely started off a lot better than Maris. I'll put his home run total right here for you so you can take a look at that, as well as possibly his batting average updated through this game or through game 38. So Mantle, the batter, is a switch hitter. He's batting from the left side. It's going to be +1 on the roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Mantle. A 4-2 is going to be a strikeout, though. That's the second out here in the top of the first. And Bob Serve, now the batter. Serve a righty, it's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Serve. 2-1 is a strikeout, so Delock gets out of it, but not before giving up one run on a Maris double, and Tony Quebec coming around to score. We're going to head over to the bottom of the first now. Whitey Ford on the mound, and Chuck Schilling going to be the batter. Ford obviously had some great starts. He did struggle a little bit against Baltimore, I believe, in his outing against them. So moving forward, we'll see if he can get his streak of wins going here. So Schilling is a right-handed batter against the lefty. Ford is going to be an equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Schilling. A 6-9 is a base hit, so right away Schilling gets a board. That's a lot different than the last time Ford was on my table, who took a perfect game, I think, into the 6th or 7th. Alright, so Geiger is going to now be the batter. He's a left-handed batter. It's going to be -3 on the roll here. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 4-8 is a pop-out, so he jams Geiger for their first out here in the bottom of the second. And that's behind the plate. Howard will take it for the first out. Man on first still with one away. Carroll Hardy, the batter. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Hardy. A 1-4 is a strikeout, so Ford gets him swinging. And that's going to bring up Jackie Jensen. One notable missing player from this lineup is Yaz. Carl Yastrzemski got the day off, so he is not in the lineup here. Jackie Jensen, righty batter. It's going to be a equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 10-10 is a possible home run, a -2 on Ford's card. Jensen is just a 2-power. Not a lot of power in this particular season for who was known as a big power hitter. So it's going to be an equal roll here. 6 and above, it's a home run, a 2-run shot. 5 and below, and it's just a deep fly out. It's a 5, so that's going to be a fly out to left field. Ford gets away with one, hit to the warning track, but Bob Serve will pick it up for the final out here in the bottom of the first. And that's going to bring us to the top of the second. Ike Delock still on the mound, and that's going to bring up Bill Skowron, who's been having a pretty good replay season. I'll put some of his stats over here so you can see it. And Skowron, a righty against a righty pitcher, it's going to be +1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. And 8-7 is a base hit. Skowron is aboard with nobody out here in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Elston Howard, who has been on fire in this replay. Not so much with the power, but boy, is he just getting on base and raking the ball. Howard, a right-handed batter. It's going to be +2 on the roll. That's going to go up to a batter's card. A 5-3 is going to be a ground out. So we got a possible double play here. We'll see where that ball goes. Ground ball is going to go to the shortstop. The shortstop is Budding, who is a 3 on Skowron on the turn. We roll a 3. He gets Skowron at second. And that's going to bring the ball over to Schilling, who is a 5 fielder on Howard. Only 20% chance Howard beats us out, and he does not. A 6-4-3 double play, and we got 2 outs in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Bobby Richardson. Richardson having a slow start to his season. He has started to get more hits lately, so his average is going up slightly. It's going to be righty versus righty. It's an equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Richardson. A 4-6 is going to be a ground out, though, and that ground out is going to go to short 6-3 as Budden picks it up and shoots it over to Wirtz for the final out here in the top of the second. That's going to bring us to the bottom of the second. And Frank Malzoni, the batter. Ford still on the mound. It's going to be righty versus lefty. It is an equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 4-3 is a strikeout, his second strikeout of the game, getting Malzoni looking on an outside corner. And Jim Pagliaroni. I wonder how screwed up I got that name. Alright, so we're going to have an equal roll here. That's going to be a batter's card for Jim. An 8-1 is a flyout. And that flyout will go to left for the second out here in the bottom of the second. Vic Wirtz now the batter. Wirtz played for Cleveland prior to Boston. Pretty good season for 1961. 11 home runs, 262. He's got a 3 power, so he's got 3 home runs on that matrix. It's going to be lefty versus lefty, -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 6-2 is a ground out, and that ground out is going to go right back up to Ford. A 1-3 for the final out here in the bottom of the second. And now we will head, excuse me, over to the top of the third. Delock still on the mound, and Whitey Ford going to be the batter. It's going to be a +3 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Ford. See if he can get a hit here. A 10-6 is just missing a base hit, but it is a flyout, and that flyout will go to center. So Ford is down. One away as we go to the top of the order now. Tony Quebec, the batter. Quebec doubled and scored on a Roger Maris double. He is a lefty batter. It's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Quebec. A 7-9 is another double. So Quebec finds himself on second base with his second double in as many at-bats. And we have Cleet Boyer coming to the batter's box. It's going to be a righty batter. It's going to be +1 on the roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Boyer. A 3-9 is a flyout. So last time he grounded out, this time he's going to fly out to right for the second out here in the top of the third. That's going to bring up Maris, who I mentioned doubled in Quebec in the last at-bat. Obviously, 61 home runs in 1961, a 620 slug, and a 269 batting average. Those numbers not really looking the same in our replay, but this is a replay. We're not trying to get exact match on these seasons. So let's go with Maris, the left-handed batter. It is going to be a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Maris. And we have an 8-9. An 8-9 is a home run. Roger Maris, a 2-run shot for a home run number on the season. And that is going to put the Bronx Bombers now up 3-0. As Quebec will come around to score again on a Maris shot. And we're going to have to roll on Delock, who is not having the same luck as he had historically in this game. We're going to roll on the Poise, sad face Poise chart here. A roll of 4, and that is no change. So Delock is still good to go, but the bullpen might be warming up to see if they're going to need to get some arms going here. And that's going to bring up Mantle with a 3-run lead now and 2 outs here in the top of the third. He's going to be batting from the left side, yeah. So it's a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Mantle. And 8-4 is a walk. So Delock a little bit rattled here. We didn't get the decrease on his ratings, but a walk right after Maris to Commerce Comet. Wanted no part of him. And that's going to bring up Bob Serve. Serve struck out in his first at-bat. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 5-4 is a flyout. And that flyout is going to go to right for the final out of the inning, but not before Maris tanks it with a 2-run shot, putting the Bronx Bombers up 3-0 early on here with just 2.5 played. We head over to the bottom of the third, and that's going to bring up Don Budding now. Ford's still on the mound. It's going to be righty versus lefty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Budding. A 6-1 is a ground out, and that ground out is going to go to short 6-3. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Ike Delock. Let's see if he can get it done with the bat. He hasn't done it so well off the mound, and it's going to be a +2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 1-6 is a possible error here. I'm going to have to see where this ball goes. It's going to be a 5-7 on a pop out to the shortstop. Shortstop is Tony Quebec. He is in his primary position. We're going to roll 1 die here. We roll a 7, and it is a 2-base error. So he goes down the line trying to get a pop out. He doesn't. It's in fair territory, but Delock is going to end up at second base with a 2-base error on Quebec. That's going to put a man on second now with only 1 away. And head to the top of the order, Chuck Schillen, the batter. Righty versus lefty, it's going to be a equal roll. That's a batter's card for Schillen. A 4-10 is a walk, so we have 2 on now with only 1 away, and Geiger, the batter. Geiger popped out behind the plate to Elston Howard in his first at-bat. It's lefty versus lefty, -3. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. A 2-2 is a strikeout, 2 away. And Carroll Hardy, the batter. He batted .263, 3 home runs. He is your number 3 batter in this Boston lineup. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Hardy. A 9-7 is a base hit. Delock. Let's see. He is going to come around to score. That's going to be an unearned run for Ford. Schillen is going to end up at third. And we have an RBI single for Hardy as Boston is on the board now. And that's going to bring up Jackie Jensen with first and third and 2 away. He is a righty batter. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Jensen. A 2-5 is going to be a ground ball, and that grounder is going to get Ford out of the inning as it goes right back to Ford, actually, and he'll pick it up and he'll shoot it over Skowron for out number 3 here in the bottom of the third as we head to the top of the fourth. That's going to bring us to Bill Skowron. Top of the fourth, nobody out. Righty versus righty is going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Skowron. A 6-7 is a ground out, and that grounder goes to short. So a 6-3 as Budden picks it up. And that's going to bring up Elston Howard now. He grounded into a double play in his first at-bat. It's going to be righty versus righty. It's a +2 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Howard. A 9-9 is a home run. Elston Howard gets a piece of it and drives a long shot for run number 4 for the Bronx Bombers as they are now up by 3 once again as Howard drives a shot. That's going to bring up Bobby Richardson. Bobby Richardson 0 for 1 in the game so far. Righty versus righty, equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Richardson. An 8-6 just misses a base hit. That's going to be a ground out. And that ground out will go to third, 5-3. And that's going to bring up Ford. Still pitching strong in the game. Not looking to put in a pinch hitter here. And it's going to be a +3 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 7-2 is a fly out. So Ford gets a piece of it, but he will fly out to center for the final out here in the top of the fourth. That would bring them back up to the top of the order for the next inning. But for now, we're heading back over to the Boston lineup as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Frank Malazzoni going to be the batter. Ford pitching pretty good. Got touched up a little bit last inning due to the error. But is going to be a equal roll. And that's going to be a batter's card for Malazzoni. A 10-8 is a double. Malazzoni reaches second. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Jim Pagliaroni is your batter. It's going to be, I think I said it a lot better that time. Let's see, lefty, it's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. 2-8 is a flyout. That flyout is going to go to left, 1 away. Vic Wirtz now the batter. He's 0 for 1, grounded back to the pitcher, and last at bat. It's going to be -2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 2-1 is a strikeout, so Wirtz can't find the ball and can't get the bat on it, and he will swing through 3 straight pitches. That's going to bring up Budden. Budden is 0 for 1. It's going to be an equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Budden. A 9-1 is a walk, so we got first and second with 2 away, and the pitcher coming up, who hasn't pitched that great. I think in this spot, we got to take him out. Red Sox are trying for the win. So he's going to come out. We're going to go ahead and see who we have to put in his place to pinch hit. And the best numbers against lefty on this bench is Rip Rapolsky. He's a 4 against lefty. So we're going to go with Rip here for the pinch hitter with 2 away and runners on first and second. So he is a 4. It's going to be an equal roll. Right, he's a righty. Now it's going to be a +1 on the roll. And that is going to be a batter's card for Rip Rapolsky. A 4-10 is a base hit. Rapolsky comes through. Malazzoni is going to score. That's an RBI single. Budden's going to be at third. And we have first and third with 2 away as Boston coming back here a little bit. That's going to bring up Chuck Schilling now, first and third with 2 outs. See if he can make an impact here and get Boston to tie it up. It's going to be a left-hander versus a righty. It's an equal roll. That's a pitcher's card. See if Ford can get out of it. A 1-3, he will get out of it as he catches Schilling looking at an outside curve. And that is 3-away here in the bottom of the 4th. So now we just need to put in a new pitcher for Boston, as we had the pinch hitter. Need somebody who can garner a few innings here. And it looks like we are going to go with Chet Nichols. Nichols, a 2.09 ERA, 1.28 whip. He can go 2 innings. He's got a nice 4-4 on his ratings there. Let me just write in his stuff real quick. He throws left, he can go 2-4-4. Alright. I think New York's going to have a hard time getting hits off of this card. Tony Quebec, the leadoff man, is now the batter. He's a lefty, so it's going to be lefty versus lefty. It's -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Quebec. A 4-10 is a situation. So I get my situation chart here. We're going to roll 2 die. Roll a 4-5, which is going to be on the shortstop. The shortstop is Budding. I'm going to roll 1 die to see what our result is here. A 4. Batter hits ground ball to the hole on the left side. Shortstop gives chase and suddenly falls to the ground. All runners advance 1 base on a single to left. Shortstop gets carted off the field, must be removed from the game, and will miss the next 3 games due to injury. In this replay, we're not necessarily having them get injured, but we will remove him from the game. And that is going to be Budden, who is 0 for 1 in the game, and we are going to need a shortstop to come in. That is going to be Billy Harrell. He's going to be playing in his secondary position, so we'll see if that comes into play later on. And we'll insert him into Budden's spot in the order. And that did put Quebec at first on a single to left, so he is 3 for 3 so far with 2 doubles and a single. That's going to bring up Boyer. Boyer 0 for 2. And it's going to be a -2 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. A 10-9 is a double. Boyer coming through. And Quebec is going to be at third. We got second and third with nobody out. And Roger Maris coming up. Maris, he is 2 for 2. A double and a home run. He's coming through in a big way in this game so far. And it's going to be a -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 3-2 is a strikeout, so he swings big, but misses even bigger. And that's going to bring up Mickey Mantle with 2 on and 1 away. He's going to be a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for the Commerce Comet. A 3-3 is a strikeout, so second strikeout in a row for Nichols. And Bob Serve now the batter. He's 0 for 2. -1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Serve. A 7-1 is a flyout, so 2 big hits to start off the inning, but then 3 big outs to end it, and that is a flyout to left for the final out here in the top of the 5th. We head now to the bottom of the 5th. Ford still on the mound, top of the, nope, not top of the order, Schilling struck out, and Gary Geiger will be the batter. It's going to be lefty versus lefty. It's -3. That's a pitcher's card. A 1-9 is a line out, and that line out goes to second base. So a line out to Richardson for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. And Carroll Hardy will be the batter. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. It's going to be let's see, righty. It's going to be equal roll. That's a batter's card for Hardy. A 10-2 is a flyout. Flyout going to center field, 2 away. Jackie Jensen now the batter. He's 0 for 2. Going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 7-6 is a flyout. So Ford goes 1-2-3 here, only for the second time in this game. Big change from the last game I had him on the table. But that is 3 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And we head now to the top of the 6th with Chet Nichols still on the mound for Boston. Bill Scour in the batter. He is 1 for 2. It's going to be an equal roll. That's a pitcher's card. for 8 is a walk. Scourin is aboard with nobody out. And Elston Howard, the batter, he hit a home run in his last at-bat. It's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to go up to a batter's card. A 10-9 is another Elston Howard bomb. That is going to bring 2 in on a 2-run shot as the Bronx Bombers extend their lead and now are up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2, giving Whitey Ford that padding to allow him to go long in the game if we go that direction. And that is going to bring up Bobby Richardson, who is 0 for 2. Elston Howard with his second shot of the game. All right, so Bobby Richardson is a righty. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. Nichols looking to try and stay in this game here. He gets the ground out for Richardson to third base for the first out here in the top of the 6th. That's going to bring up Ford. We're not putting a pinch hitter in here. He's going to be a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Ford. A 6-8. I thought it was going to be a base hit, but that is a flyout. And that flyout will go to center, 2 away now. Back to the top of the order. And Tony Kubek, the batter. Kubek, he is 3 for 3. 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and a single. See if he can continue this hit parade for the Bronx Bombers. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 9-3 is going to be a ground out. So his perfect night ends as he grounds out to first. And Wirtz will take that himself. Final out here in the top of the 6th. We now head to the bottom of the 6th. Whitey Ford still on. We are going to have to roll on his fatigue chart now, though. Going to roll on that first inning passed. We roll a 3, and that is a no change. And that is going to bring us to Frank Malzoni with nobody out here in the 6th. It's going to be an equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 2-1 is a strikeout. That is strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Ford as he gets Malzoni looking at an off-speed pitch right down the pipe, fooling him. And that is going to bring up Pagliarione. I kind of screwed it up that time. I'm 1 for 3. That is going to be an equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 6-4 is a ground out. That ground ball goes to third base, 5-3. That's going to bring up Wirtz. If we get another 1, 2, 3 in here, we could roll for an increase on Ford. That would be nice. It's going to be a -2. That is a pitcher's card for Ford. Good chance here, and he gets it. That is a strikeout looking on Wirtz. We get to roll on his happy face poise to see if he gets an increase. Roll 1 die. And we do get it. We get a 1, which is now bringing him up to a 5-4. Which is good because we're going to have to roll on his fatigue chart on his second inning passed next. So chances that we get to roll on that increase, very slight. But it does help us keep in the game longer. Alright, so now Nichols, we are going to have to roll on him as he has reached his max innings. We're going to roll 1 die here. We roll a 2, and that is a -1, so he will go down to a 3-3 now. And Cleet Boyer will be the first batter. It's going to be a -1 on the roll. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card for Nichols. And 8-5 is a ground out. That ground ball is going to go to the first base, so a 3-U as Wirtz will get it. And here's Roger Maris. He is 2 for 3 with a double and a home run, 3 RBIs and a run scored so far. It is going to be an equal roll now. That's going to be a batter's card for Maris. A 1-2 is going to be a strikeout, so he doesn't get it. He doesn't connect at all, in fact. And that is strikeout number 2 for Maris on the day. And that's going to bring up Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. He's going to be batting from the right side. It's going to be +2 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Mantle. And a 2-1 is another strikeout. So he cannot connect at all. He gets his 3rd strikeout of the game, and that is also the 3rd out of the top of the 7th as we head now to the bottom of the 7th. Ford's still on, but as I mentioned, we're going to have to roll on this fatigue chart on his second inning passed. So we're going to roll 1 die here. We roll 1, and that is no change, so he is still good. In fact, he's so good, he's still a 5-4 since he didn't take a hit. That's going to bring up Harold, who came into the game for Budding after the injury. And he is a 1-1, so that's not very good. It's going to be a -3 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 4-2 is a ground out, and that ground out is going to go to the third baseman, 5-3. I gotta look, see where my pitcher hitter card is. He is a 2D, so we're gonna have Nichols. Well, you know what? Nichols is gonna actually come out of the game here. They're not gonna let him hit. We're gonna have to roll on him again, and that's gonna bring in the rookie Carl Yastrzemski. A rookie card here in the 1961 season set. And Yaz will get his first at-bat here in the game. He is a 2-3. He's a 2 against lefties, batting from the left side, so it's going to be a -3 on a roll. See if Yaz can get a hit. Rapolsky got a hit in his pinch hit at-bat. That is going to be a batter's card for Yaz. A 5-9 is a possible error, so we do get to roll one more time. A 6-10 is a base hit. A base hit that is going to go to right field. We have to roll on Maris's primary chart. There's only one possibility for a non-error, and that is not it, as it's a 2-base error, as Yaz will get a single and advance to third on the error by Maris. So Yaz does his job. We're going to put this in the slot so we don't get confused there. And that's going to bring up Chuck Schillen with a man on third and 1 away. Ford still on the mound, pitching well. That's going to be a -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 2-4 is a strikeout. So now 2 away. Geiger coming up. Boston looking at this prime chance for a run, but can they come through here? It's going to be lefty versus lefty. It's a -4. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 4-10 is a walk. So now first and third, 2 away, and here comes Carroll Hardy, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. A 1-3 is a strikeout. Ford gets out of it, as that will get Boston out of an opportunity to score a few runs there, as Yaz is left stranded at third. So now we are going to need a new pitcher for Boston, and that new pitcher is going to be Dave Hillman. Will come in, right-handed pitcher, as we have 3 righties coming up for New York. And that's going to bring up Bob Serve, who is 1 for 2 in the game with a walk and a run scored. Hillman can go 2 innings. He is strong against lefties as well, so a good reason to keep him in against this Bronx Bombers squad. All right, so he is a righty pitcher. Against the righty batter, it's going to be -1. That's going to go down to a pitcher's card. And 3-8 is going to be a ground out. That ground ball going to third base, 5-3. Bill Skowron, he is 1 for 2 in the game with a run scored and a walk. Righty versus righty, it's equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-6 is a ground ball. That grounder goes to third, another 5-3. And here comes Howard. 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. See if he can continue this pop here. He is a righty batter. It's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Howard. A 7-9 is a base hit. So he's aboard again. His hot hitting continues as he is on first with 2 away. Bobby Richardson, who is 0 for 3 in the game, not having a great season so far. He is a righty, it's -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Richardson. A 2-3 is a ground ball. Richardson cannot come through. He will ground out for the third batter to ground out to third base here in the top of the 8th, as the Bronx Bombers do not get anybody across the plate in this inning. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Ford still pitching well. We are going to have to roll on his 3rd inning passed now, though. He did not get any change last inning. We roll a 1, and it's still no change this inning. So he is still a 5-4. All right. That's going to bring up Jackie Jensen, right-handed batter against the lefty. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 10-5 is a single. Jensen is aboard with nobody out. That's going to bring up Frank Malzoni. He's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Malzoni. And 9-8 is a base hit. Jensen is going to stay at second, but we got first and second, nobody out. And here comes up Pagliarone. I think I did it all right that time. And that is going to be a -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 7-4 is a flyout. That flyout going to left field, nobody advances. Vic Wirtz, the batter. He is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Lefty versus lefty, -3. That's going to be a batter's card for Wirtz. A 3-1 is a strikeout. 3rd time he's struck out against Ford in this game. 2 away, first and second. Billy Harrell. Yeah, I mean, we need him in there, so not much we can do. It's going to be -3 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 1-7 is a line out. Harrell is going to line out to second base for the final out here in the bottom of the 8th. And we head now to the top of the 9th. Hillman still on the mound, as he can go 2, and he's their best option out of the pen right now without going to the closer. Whitey Ford, do we want to keep him in for the complete game? At his ratings, I think we do. So the pitcher is going to hit. Whitey Ford will be the batter. He is going to be lefty versus righty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Ford. A 2-2, though, is a quick strikeout. That's going to bring us to the top of the order. Tony Quebec, he is 3 for 4 on the game so far. Lefty versus righty. It's going to be +2. That's going to be a batter's card for Quebec. A 1-5, though, is a ground ball. Grounder goes to 3rd, 5-3. Clete Boyer now the batter. He is 1 for 4. It's going to be righty versus righty. It's equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Boyer. A 4-1 is a strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Whitey Ford still on the mound. We got to roll on his fatigue chart, but he's got a chance at a complete game victory here. We're going to roll 1 die on his 4th inning pass now. We roll an 8, and that is a -1. What that -1 really only brings him back down to normal, so he's a -4, -3. All right, and we have the pitcher spot coming up, so obviously we are going to go with a pinch hitter. And that pinch hitter is going to be the best batter they got on the bench right now, and that is Pete Runnels. Great defensive first baseman, but we'll go ahead and run him in. And he is going up lefty versus lefty. It's going to be -2. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. A 9-3 is a flyout, so he ruins the streak of pinch hitters to get a base hit. That is a flyout to right field. That's going to bring us to the top of the order. Whitey Ford looking for a complete game victory here. Chuck Schilling will be the batter. It's going to be righty versus lefty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-4 is a strikeout. Whitey Ford mowing him down. That is strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strikeouts for Ford. That's a lot of strikeouts. He had 209 in the season, so it does make sense. Man. All right, so it's going to be -3 now on Geiger as the Boston team are down to their last out. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Ford. Can he shut him down here in the 9th? 2-4 is another strikeout as Whitey Ford pitches a complete game victory. New York will win this one 6-2. A big win for New York, who has needed to turn their season around. Let's go ahead by the numbers here. Ford is going to get the win. A complete game. He goes all 9 innings, allowing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, 2 runs, but only one of them is earned, and walking 1, 2, 3 batters while striking out a season high 12. He pitched to 9, 18, 27, 36, 38 batters and did not allow a home run. And this is not an easy call here, guys. All right, but with the complete game victory, you have to kind of give Ford player of the game. But we are also going to give honorable mention to a couple of big-time performances here. One by Roger Maris and another one by Elston Howard. Roger Maris goes 2 for 4 with a double, a home run, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. While Elston Howard, real big day at the plate, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. So a big day by the Bronx Bombers, a couple of great offensive performances, and another great performance on the mound by Whitey Ford as 1961 Bronx Bombers come away with another victory on the season. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Please hit a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and keep following this On Deck Baseball Community Project 1961. As we get closer to the mid-season, I am going to start trying to do some review videos with statistics. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Looking forward to seeing how these games and how this replay works itself out. So have a great night. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.